Make sure you watch the previous videos as this builds on the previous knowledge learned. Let's make an audio track and assign an input to it. I have a drum beat coming in inputs 1 and 2. I've set up my VST connections and called my input drums. So let's choose it here. If you don't see this window, remember to make sure the inspector is open. Your next step is to get the track ready to record. This is done by clicking on the Record Enable button. There's an option in the Preferences, under the File menu in the Editing submenu, that allows you to enable record on selected tracks. I like to have this turned off, or else the Record Enable button will change tracks on you as you select another track. So far we have everything set up. We just need to hear the audio coming in. We can see the meters moving up and down by the transport panel, but we can't hear anything. Let's turn on the monitor button now. We're ready to record drums. But first, let's turn it off and talk about some other things. Remember the video on audio and MIDI setup? Well, if you have direct monitoring turned on in the VST audio bay, then the audio that is plugged into your sound card inputs will be directly sent to your outputs. Of course, CUBASE will get the audio too, so it can record, but you will hear exactly what is going into your inputs. If you turn direct monitoring off, then you can hear effects in real time that are on the recording track or on the input faders. Which now brings us to input faders. Call up the mixer under the Devices menu or press F3. Make sure this button is not highlighted so we can see the inputs. These are the VST inputs that you made in the VST Connections window. Most of this stuff is explained in the upcoming video on the mixer, but I'll let you know that you can record the audio from your sound card dry, meaning whatever comes in will be recorded unchanged, or you can add some EQ or effects and record in, as we say, wet. Or I can put a compressor or a limiter on it. Generally you want to record dry and then change the sound later, but if you know what you're doing, this can be a great feature. Okay, enough of that. Let's record something. Turn off the loop unless you want to do loop recording. Rewind and press the record button on the transport bar. Don't forget the monitor button. Now press stop. Turn off the Record Enable button and the monitor button. Let's listen back to see what we've just recorded. Continue on to the next video on recording to learn more.